thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure.
Judging by the tools they left behind, but why did they abandon this place without even stopping?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found... But she said that the method...
Easy A bitter pill to swallow.
Commit it to memory.
Shower me with praise!
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster repellent.
A monster repelling incense?
The incense was burned no doubt an encounter with the very after them.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Zhongli. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Zhongli to give me the poison. I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She is right below. I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Aha! We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of. Mind the side effects.
Stand with me! Yoo-hoo!
The doctor will see you now.
Mind the side effects. Yeah.
doesn't see any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here. There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it and see where it takes us?
A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you now.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Mind the side effects. Life, death, and the world around us all follow a set of laws. But if you never test the limits, how can anyone know where the boundaries of these laws are? When on the road, one should take ample time to pause and appreciate the wondrous scenery along the way.
You're about to collapse, aren't you?
Jiangli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back. Ta! Here! Ta!
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is... The god remains here are encroaching on... If we don't eliminate it soon...
Then, what are we waiting for? It's not as... The poison with... If the source is... oh no.
Indeed.
I wondered when this day might...
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jiao Baiju. You're a great doctor. Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli...
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct her medicine for...
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal...
But, Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would I know for a fact that I should have died over it. If my choice can bring Jiangli back...
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long... Traveler...
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm so...
Jialiang.
I am sure that over the years...
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. What a crazy situation! Jiang Li risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang...
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. At least, that's...
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those, I cannot help but think that...
When all this began, we agreed that... So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Why would these memories come to mind? The longer we live, the tighter... Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
Jialiang. Jialiang! Jialiang! Jialiang!
Dad!
Jiangli, didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me?
Dr. Baizhu,
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to...
I must...
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have... Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few... But... However long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before...
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh.
Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death, and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves, and even this would have counted for nothing without Director Who's assistance.
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Who nudging things in the right direction.
No wonder he didn't mention.
Director Who told me to keep her suggestion as...
All I wanted was leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have
You stay away from my dad!
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all.
All's well that ends well. At times...
It feels like it was a whole life...
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh...
Wait up! I'll come...
Baizhu, thank you so...
Don't mention it, Jiang.
Just your duty, huh? Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Shenyu Vale. Changshang, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functioned.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of
No, not at all. But I'm still impressed. Not just that. Baizhu, be honest.
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changshang's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of When I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't The reason I left our master and went into... But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, haven't given away our own for the sake of others?
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changshang to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the...
Hey, food's ready!
Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught...
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Baizhu, I know I won't... Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you. They will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to...
Baizhu, what did Jiang Li mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiang Li's master, has passed away at a young age. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's...
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing they are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope.
So, Baiyu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks.
Huh? But didn't you already
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that if disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Changsheng to... Precisely. I will be Changsheng's final host, and the tradition of past...
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baiju.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us... For a selfish moth like me...
For once?
Dr. Baiju, Traveler! What are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold!
We also have coconut milk for Changsheng. Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten. I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, are such things as these not precise?